Hey, welcome to Daily Bravo Drama. In this audio, we will be talking about Kim Zolciak's son's shocking arrest, Dr. Phil facing a massive lawsuit, Tamra Judge ruining the RHOC season by holding back, Scheana Shay going after Janet Caperna, a gorgeous RHOBH destination wedding, and so much more.
Oh, yeah?
We'll cover everything coming up in this audio.
Hey, this is Delilah.
Hey, this is Fahid.
Welcome to Reality TV Audio Podcast, where we break down the latest in reality TV every day.
I'm so glad to be diving into this stack today because the through line connecting all of these stories is absolutely fascinating.
It really is. I mean, today's mission for this deep dive is all about, just cutting through the PR spin.
Right.
We have a massive stack of sources today, like legal filings, exclusive insider interviews, and of course, social media clapbacks.
Always the clapback.
Always. And our goal isn't just to recap what happened. We want to figure out the mechanics of how reality TV drama bleeds into, well, real-world consequences.
Yeah, the real world. Right. We're looking at everything from actual courtrooms and youth detention centers to the online ecosystems that are literally driving cast members to quit.
The stakes are just incredibly high right now.
Yeah.
It is the ultimate collision of entertainment and reality. And when you look closely at how these stars are navigating it, you see the exact same survival tactics being used in criminal courtrooms that get used at, like, reunion tapings.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's unpack this right away because we have to start with some incredibly serious news that has been, just dominating the feeds.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann's 15-year-old son, Kroy KJ Jagger, has been arrested.
Right.
And we are looking strictly at the facts as they have been reported in the incident documents here. The arrest is for aggravated sodomy and aggravated sexual battery.
Which is incredibly serious.
It is. This follows an alleged encounter back on April 24th, and this was in a Jim's family changing room in Alpharetta, Georgia.
Okay.
The female victim claims that he forced her to perform acts without her consent.
And we have to look at how the family's camp is actively handling this narrative,
Right.
Kim Zolciak has strongly denied these allegations on behalf of her son, calling them entirely reckless.
Yeah.
She publicly stated that KJ voluntarily took a polygraph examination regarding the incident and passed it.
Okay, a polygraph.
Furthermore, she pointed out that hospital examinations conducted on the victim found no male DNA in her mouth or vagina.
Now, the police investigation is moving beyond just physical evidence, right? And is heavily focused on digital data.
Right, the footage.
Yeah, security footage reportedly shows the two of them together in the gym lobby and then going into the changing room where the alleged incident occurred.
Okay.
The footage then shows the victim leaving and heading back to the lobby while KJ heads to the sauna.
Uh-huh.
But get this, the victim actually gave police access to her phone to pull evidence, but investigators couldn't retrieve the data because the device had a broken USB-C port.
Wait, really? A broken port?
Yeah, a broken USB-C port. So they couldn't get the data. Currently, KJ is being held at a youth detention center, and there is a preliminary hearing scheduled for September 8th.
Which puts us in this, really intense holding pattern right now.
Right, but I have to stop you here and ask a serious question about the strategy.
Sure.
So, what does this all mean? How much weight does a past polygraph or the lack of DNA actually hold when the police are, aggressively piecing together minute-by-minute security footage and trying to crack a cell phone?
Yikes.
I mean, if defense teams and prosecutors both know that polygraphs are legally considered junk science, why do reality stars immediately rush to take them?
That is the exact right question to ask, because you have to separate the court of law from the court of public opinion.
Oh, interesting.
From a strictly procedural standpoint, you are right. Polygraphs are notoriously inadmissible in criminal courts because they measure physiological stress, not absolute truth.
Right.
A 15-year-old passing a polygraph doesn't just erase an active police investigation.
So it's purely a PR play.
Highly likely.
Yeah.
It's a mechanism to inject reasonable doubt into the fan base before the trial even starts.
Oh, I see.
Reality stars are trained to control narratives, When you leak that he passed a polygraph and you aggressively highlight the lack of DNA, you're giving your supporters talking points to defend you online.
That makes a lot of sense.
But law enforcement doesn't work off PR bullet points. They look at the totality of the circumstances. They are building a mosaic.
Right.
The lack of DNA is one tile, sure, and it's a good one for the defense. But the security footage timeline, the witness statements, whatever, is locked inside that broken USB-C port.
Oh yeah, the phone.
Exactly. Those are the other tiles. Investigators don't abandon the mosaic just because one piece is missing. We will have to see what the state actually presents on September 8th.
It is wildly intense to see a reality family try to manage the optics of a severe criminal investigation, but it actually highlights a really interesting dynamic.
What's that?
What happens when the people whose entire job is to control the narrative are the ones suddenly under fire?
Well,
Because right now, a daytime television giant is facing a massive legal crisis, and the call is essentially coming from inside the house. Dr. Phil McGraw is being sued.
this is a massive structural lawsuit.
It really is.
Former publicist Jerry Sherrill is suing Dr. Phil and Envoy Media, and he is alleging discrimination and wrongful termination based specifically on his sexual orientation.
Yeah, I read through the details of this complaint filed in Los Angeles County, and they are shocking.
Yeah.
Sherrill claims he was inexplicably left out of a company move where about 20 employees relocated to Merritt Street Media's Dallas headquarters.
Right.
When he pushed for an explanation, he was allegedly told, "You're Hollywood."
Wow.
Yeah, but the complaint gets way more granular. Sherrill claims an IT worker openly looked at a photo of him and complained there were too many of them around here, calling his presence evil.
That is awful.
And he also alleges that during a private flight, Dr. Phil directly referred to him by saying he was gayer than a fruit basket.
And the mechanism of how he was pushed out is what makes this lawsuit so significant for the entertainment industry.
How so?
Well, according to the filing, after these alleged comments, Sherrill's entire employment arrangement was dismantled.
Oh.
He claims he was abruptly reclassified as an independent contractor. That move immediately stripped him of his corporate benefits.
Right, because contractors don't get benefits.
Exactly. Then he was handed a 30% pay cut and eventually put on hiatus for alleged financial considerations.
Wow.
Yet Sherrill claims absolutely no other employees face those same operational reductions.
Now, I should mention Envoy Media and their attorney, Chip Babcock, are vehemently denying all of these claims.
Right.
They've stated on the record that Sherrill was not fired for his sexual orientation and that they plan to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. But my question is, why is this specific lawsuit sending such shockwaves? I mean, people sue media companies all the time.
And because of who is suing. When a publicist flips, it exposes the machinery.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. A publicist's literal job is to bury the skeletons and protect the polished band. When they file a lawsuit with quotes that specific, it shatters the illusion.
Yeah, it really does.
But more importantly, this lawsuit highlights the independent contractor loophole that media companies frequently use.
Right.
By reclassifying an employee as a contractor, companies can often sideline them without triggering the HR protections that a full-time employee would have.
Right, you just sort of push them out the side door.
Exactly. This raises an important question about how corporate power is wielded behind closed doors in the daytime television space, which has seen a massive influx of toxic workplace allegations over the last few years.
It makes complete sense. When a workplace becomes that toxic behind the scenes, you eventually see a mass exodus. And that exhaustion isn't just limited to the corporate side of television.
Oh, definitely not.
We are seeing cast members literally walk away from massive paychecks because the environment, specifically the fan environment, has just become completely unbearable. We have to talk about Liz McGraw quitting The Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
The fallout from season 1 of RHOBH has been intense.
Yeah.
And Liz departing after just one season is a perfect case study in audience impact.
Yeah.
Recently, she was spotted out at an event with her former castmate Rula Pontarelli. That one photo instantly ignited the internet with rumors that she was secretly returning to film season 2.
Oh, I saw that.
But insiders have forcefully confirmed she is absolutely not filming.
And we actually have to give a quick shout out to our listener, Sarah, who wrote in asking us to track the fallout of the RHRI cast. So Sarah, this deep dive is for you.
Shout out to Sarah.
Because the exact reason Liz quit is what we are unpacking today. She couldn't handle the social media hate. More specifically, she couldn't handle the completely false narratives and rumors circulating online that she was on drugs.
Exactly. She admitted on a podcast recently that she is self-aware. She knows she was, in her own words, hot-headed and unhinged during the season.
Right, she owned it.
She owned her actual behavior. But what broke her was the terrifying realization that an entire community of viewers could be convinced of a total fabrication.
But wait, let me play devil's advocate here for a second.
Okay.
Isn't dealing with haters and wild rumors just part of the reality TV job description? You sign the contract, you take the paycheck, you ignore the trolls.
It is part of the job up to a tipping point.
Okay.
The danger is when fiction becomes accepted as reality by the masses. When thousands of people decide you have a substance abuse issue based on nothing but an echo chamber, it threatens your real-life reputation, your actual family, and your outside businesses.
Right, because it bleeds into real life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Liz realized that no reality TV paycheck was worth losing control of her fundamental reality. She chose her peace over the platform.
Which I completely respect. But here's where it gets really interesting. We have the ultimate paradox of the Bravo audience.
Oh, yeah.
Liz gets chased off her show because the fans are too intense and the drama is too toxic. Meanwhile, over on the West Coast, the audience is actively revolting because a cast member isn't giving them enough toxicity.
It's wild.
Tamra Judge on RHOC Season 20 is consciously holding back.
She is, and it is fascinating to watch the ecosystem reject it.
Yeah.
After the cast, particularly Gina Kirschenheiter, confronted her during the New Orleans trip in Season 19 about her explosive behavior, Tamra decided to change her entire approach.
Right.
She claims she is learning to let things go, she is refusing to let herself get triggered, and she's just trying to be a peaceful friend.
Okay, let's unpack this. It's like asking a lion to become a house cat and then getting bored when it just naps on the sofa all day.
That is the perfect analogy.
Right. I mean, the insiders are openly complaining that her lack of drama is making the current season completely dull.
Yeah.
Which, ironically, just proves that she truly is the foundation of the show. You cannot beg the lion to become a house cat and then complain you're bored.
No, you can't. It perfectly illustrates the impossible tightrope these stars are forced to walk. The audience demands ethical, calm, highly evolved behavior on social media.
Right.
But the network and the ratings demand absolute conflict. Tamra is giving the cast exactly the piece they asked for, and the show is starving because of it.
It really is.
It proves that despite what fans say they want, the currency of reality TV is still conflict.
Well, Tamra might be trying to put her weapons down, but across the rest of the reality landscape, the casts are practically in an arms race.
Oh, absolutely.
If you want to survive without taking a hit, you have to master the art of deflection. And the casts of The Valley and RHOA are working overtime, pointing fingers at each other. Let's look at Scheana Shay versus Janet Caperna on The Valley.
This is a classic case of shifting the narrative to survive the hot seat.
Yeah, break it down.
So Zach Wickham revealed that Janet ran a background check on Jesse Lawley's girlfriend, Lacy Nicole.
Which is wild.
It was a massive breach of trust and a huge talking point. But at the reunion, Janet suddenly shifted the blame entirely. She claimed that Scheana was actually the one looking Lacy up and making calls to mutual friends.
And Scheana was completely furious. On her podcast, she vehemently denied doing the research, stating that Janet was the one who did the background check, and that Janet even admitted it directly to Lacy.
Wow.
Yeah. Scheana feels like Janet purposefully pointed the finger at someone who wasn't even in the room at the reunion just to avoid taking accountability herself.
Right.
And to twist the knife, Scheana hinted that the real reason they aren't close anymore is because Janet betrayed her trust by telling Brittany Cartwright a deeply held secret about Brock Davies cheating.
Notice the PR strategy here, though.
What do you mean?
When Janet is backed into a corner over a background check,
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't defend the action. She throws a bigger name into the mix who isn't there to defend herself.
Oh, right. Deflection.
Exactly. We see this exact same deflection mechanic playing out right now between K. Michelle and Shamea Morton on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, that feud is entirely off the rails.
It really is.
K. Michelle took to social media claiming she has major tea on Shamea. She says Shamea got caught in a lie and is now playing a deadly card by claiming she is a victim of colorism just to gain audience sympathy. K. Michelle also aggressively denied the rumors that she tried to physically attack Shamea. She says she just pointed a finger at her while talking passionately.
Right, just a finger point.
Right. And she completely rejected the narrative that she is just acting as Portia's lapdog. Meanwhile, Shamea has posted messages hinting that she's being ganged up against.
What's fascinating here is how the mechanics of these arguments have escalated.
How so?
Well, it used to be about, spilled drinks or unreturned phone calls. Now, cast members are weaponizing very serious real-world concepts, like running private background checks on civilians or invoking colorism as tactical chess pieces to win the favor of the audience.
But does that actually work? Like, do audiences genuinely buy this when a cast member uses a heavy societal issue just to win a Twitter argument?
Sometimes they do, which is why the tactic persists.
Really?
Yeah. If we connect this to the bigger picture, if you can attach your petty caste conflict to a larger societal issue, you instantly mobilize a wider base of fans to defend you. It's an attempt to make your personal argument feel like a righteous crusade.
That strategy of manipulating the audience's favor sounds exhausting, mostly because the audience's favor is so incredibly inconsistent.
It really is.
The rules of engagement are completely different depending on your gender in this universe.
Oh, 100%.
Sally Curson from Southern Charm recently hit back at trolls, and she called out this exact double standard.
The online vitriol directed at her has been staggering. She was called Bravo's mattress and a bicycle, simply for being single and casually dating.
That is so gross.
It is. During an appearance on SiriusXM, she pointed out the glaring hypocrisy of the ecosystem. She openly agreed that the men on Bravo are, in her words, the biggest hoes, but noted that they receive entirely different treatment from the fans.
She said the only difference between her and the other female cast members is that she is as open and honest about her dating life, while they meticulously hide it.
Right.
I have to ask, why does the audience still reward the bad boy behavior from the men, literally cheering them on as these lovable, chaotic scoundrels, but relentlessly troll the women with deeply aggressive insults for doing the exact same thing?
It comes down to how reality TV audiences subsidize the boys will be boys narrative.
Right.
The audience treats the men's bad behavior as entertainment, a fun plot point to be resolved. We love a redemption arc for a messy man making a grand gesture.
We really do.
But the audience holds the women to an impossible standard of purity and decorum. When a woman dates around, it's not viewed as an entertaining plot point. It's viewed by the audience as a character flaw to be punished.
And that lovable rogue makes a grand gesture pass that the audience gives men is exactly what Stephen McBee Jr. tried to weaponize this week during his messy split with Allie Eklund following the McBee Dynasty finale.
Oh yeah, you really tried.
He tried to run the classic damage control playbook, and it failed spectacularly.
It really did. Allie has completely blocked Stephen and intends to maintain zero contact. In response, Stephen bypassed her entirely and tried to win back favor by sending 2-page handwritten letters and flowers to literally all the women in her family.
Wait, to the family?
All the women in her family, yeah.
See, that is such a classic reality TV move. But Allie saw right through it. She publicly stated that his letters didn't contain any real accountability or an actual apology.
Right.
It was just a laundry list of excuses like, I did this because of this. It wasn't about making her feel better. It was about managing his own guilt and looking like the good guy.
Exactly. We call that performative accountability.
Huh.
Why send the flowers to the family instead of just respecting her wish for no contact?
Yeah, why?
Because you were trying to manipulate her support system. You want the family to say, look how hard he's trying, look how romantic he is.
Oh, that is so manipulative.
It is. Allie, recognizing that manipulation, calling out the excuses, and maintaining her frame boundary of no contact is actually a massive rejection of that toxic reality TV trope where a single grand gesture is supposed to erase months of bad behavior.
Good for her. Honestly, analyzing these constant cycles of toxicity and PR spin is draining. So I want to completely pivot for the end of this deep dive.
Let's do it.
We need to look at what happens when reality TV actually gets it right and delivers those massive aspirational life wins.
Yes, and we have a spectacular one. Bozoma Saint John from RHOBH just married Keely Watson in a traditional Ghanaian ceremony in Accra, Ghana.
Oh, wow.
And the details coming out of this event are just incredible.
It sounds like an absolute dream. Keely previously said his ultimate life goal wasn't about grinding to make millions of dollars. He just wanted to sit on a beach with his wife.
Huh.
And they made it happen. The custom-minted invitations alone were stunning, featuring kente cloth colors and the impala lily, which is the national flower of Ghana.
Beautiful. And we know the cameras were rolling for season 16. The guest list included Dorit Kemsley, Kyle Richards, Sutton Strack, Jennifer Tilly, and Kathy Hilton.
What I love about this is what it signals for the franchise.
Yeah.
For the last few years, Beverly Hills has been so bogged down in, dark, heavy legal trauma plots. Bringing this level of global cultural celebration, this pure, untouchable lifestyle porn, feels like a massive return to the roots of what actually built RHOBH.
It is a much-needed reset for the network. Speaking of massive career resets, our last major win goes to Ariana Madix.
Yes?
She just secured an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Host for Love Island USA.
The reinvention arc is unmatched. She found out about the nomination while she was still filming over in Fiji. She admitted that when the phone rang, she actually thought it was bad news at first because you don't usually get good news calls while on set.
And she also finally broke down the inspiration behind her viral slow-motion villa strut that took over the internet.
I love this detail so much. She revealed it was completely inspired by Beyoncé's Renaissance tour.
Amazing.
Specifically, the catwalk intro to the song Energy, when Beyoncé made a beeline right toward her section in the crowd.
Wow.
Ariana said she took that powerful, specific energy and purposely channeled it to create a signature television moment. And despite all of the blogs spreading rumors that her time hosting Love Island might be limited, she says she's completely ignoring the noise and just doing the work.
Which is the perfect note to round out our analysis today.
I think so.
If we pull back and look at the entirety of what we discussed, from the heavy legal battles and the corporate PR lawsuits to Liz McGraw fleeing social media to Ariana Madix channeling Beyoncé on an Emmy-nominated stage.
That's a lot.
It is. The overarching lesson today is about the intense mechanics of visibility. Whether you are prepping for a boardroom meeting or you are just a dedicated pop culture fan, what we are witnessing is how public narratives are constructed.
Right.
We're watching how they get manipulated by PR spin or cast deflection, and ultimately, how a person survives the glare of the public eye.
It really is a survival game, and the rules change daily.
Which brings me to a final thought for everyone listening to mull over today.
Okay.
We as an audience constantly demand that our reality stars be completely, rawly authentic. We beg them to show us their real lives.
Sure.
But the second they show a genuine human flaw, the audience punishes them so severely that they either quit the show entirely, like Liz, or they clinically censor themselves, like Tamra, holding back.
Yeah.
If the viewers refuse to let these people be messy, are we actually the reason reality TV is losing its realness?
Wow. That is a heavy question to leave us on. And speaking of shocking behavior, tune in next time because we've got a massive story brewing about a highly anticipated reality TV scandal that could completely reshape a beloved franchise. You won't want to miss it.